What is going on, guys? We're just around the corner before EA Play, but I want to take a step back today and check out some not too long ago leaked information about Firestorm. This is all coming from another leaked data mine post from Temporal. You can check out this full Reddit post in the description down below, where you'll see some stuff leaked about the Mercury map that has now come to pass. This helps give us a little bit more confidence that some of the leaked information about Firestorm will come to pass as well, but we still have to take everything with a little bit of grain of salt, because stuff that's leaked isn't 100% guaranteed to come out. But with that said, what was discovered in the data mine files was a new respawn mechanic to make it into Firestorm. Now, the respawn mechanic in Battle Royale games where you could bring back to life a teammate who has been finished off was made popular not too long ago by Apex Legends and their developer called Respawn Entertainment. The story goes they wanted to implement a respawn mechanic into a Battle Royale genre as it felt it was rightfully reflected their name and who they were as a company. And even though there has been other Battle Royales in the past who have made a respawn mechanic in their BR mode before Respawn Entertainment did, probably because of the quick success of Apex Legends and being that EA is a part of Apex Legends and Battlefield 5, you can see why DICE wouldn't have to look too far to consider such an idea. In the leaked files, it was said that this respawn mechanic was connected to a public event location, so you had to go there and capture it. This sounds very similar, if not the exact same thing, as going to one of the capture zones during each circle and capping it so you can pick up some high tier loot that spawns there. It was said that players will get a message on the screen that will say respawn available, and then there'll be a squad spawn sound that happens just like how you spawn into a regular map. So nothing like Apex Legends spawn mechanic where you return to the playing field by an airdrop, at least that we know of right now. Temporal gave us a Photoshop example of what we'll most likely see, so this image isn't a file that was leaked but something that he created himself, but I think he's close enough on how it will look. So you see a squad heading to Arctic Lake, and just like the beginning of each circle, you have one of these capture points with a balloon that starts to extend up into the air. But instead of seeing a capture point available pop up on your screen, you'll see respawn point. Then you'll have to cap it and battle any enemy players who are trying to cap it as well. And once you do that, you'll be able to revive your teammates. This should be only available for both the duos and squads, and obviously solos shouldn't have this mechanic there. Now, I kind of have a few mixed emotions about this. One side of me, after playing a lot of Apex Legends, is like, this isn't all too bad. I kind of like the idea of a respawn mechanic where if you play with randoms, it makes it much easier if they die or if you end up dying. There's been plenty of times I felt like the game was over, but once again, my random teammate would revive me and just overall decrease the pressure of maybe having a quick death at the beginning of the round where you just quickly exit the game. It also gives you a great respect for some of your randoms who are able to go through what they go through to revive you. So personally, I don't think it is the most terrible thing to make it into Firestorm. But on the other end of the spectrum, it feels like there's a lot of things making it into Firestorm that are coming from other popular BR games, and they're just not turning out all too great. For example, we have the beginning round of Firestorm when we're in the hangar shooting the different guns that are available. It's very PUBG-like at the beginning of the game where you're doing the exact same thing, and even though I don't mind it, since DICE has implemented the 10-second countdown once the lobby is full, has been a huge relief in my opinion, because ever since the launch of Firestorm, getting into a Firestorm game with how the UI is set up and how long the countdown time was just a little bit too much in my opinion, and it made me actually want a respawn mechanic to hopefully avoid having to wait forever in a Firestorm lobby. And I know some people might be thinking that I'm making a little bit of a big deal about the lobby that was very similar to what PUBG did. When it comes to the looting system though, which is very similar to what Fortnite did, it has been a complete disaster in Firestorm. And now we're getting something from another popular BR game, and it makes you feel like just because it works for another game doesn't mean it's going to work for Battlefield. Like, there's a big chunk of the community in Battlefield who prefer realism. So in situations like this, once your teammate goes down, there should be no respawn process. And even though, like I said earlier, I don't think if this makes it into Firestorm that it's going to be the worst of all things, I do think you got to be careful to not make it look like you're just copying and pasting ideas from other popular games and not realizing that just because players are playing one BR mode means that they like all the unique ideas from the other BR modes. But what do you guys think about the new respawn system? If there was one thing I wish was coming from Apex Legends into Firestorm, it actually would have been the ping system. I think that would have greatly improved the gameplay. But besides that, I would have liked to see DICE work more onto things that make Battlefield unique. And I had made an older video in the past talking about how I thought destruction would have been a great feature to add into EPR mode, but it hasn't turned out as great as I would have liked. And I was thinking as of lately, what if Levolution made it into Firestorm? Could you imagine the dam just exploding and all that water pouring out? Like, these are the features that I think would have really made Firestorm its own unique thing. And as much as I know a lot of people like myself would have been just cool with a BR mode made on the Frostbite engine from DICE and just had it be a more polished version of PUBG, I would like to see them expand onto it more and bring things that are more unique to what Battlefield is. And I thought Levolution just recently would have been an awesome idea. But again, that is it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later.